GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and
Welcome, good evening. It's another time to discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. I want to welcome you once again to another edition. To meet with me this evening in the studio is Mr. Bolaji Joshua. You're welcome. And also, I have with me Mr. Sheung Oba. You are welcome, sir.
Good evening, viewers.
I want to welcome you watching us all over the world. Welcome to tonight's edition of this program. Tonight, we are going to be discussing the conspiracy of the elites. Nigerian nation, the nation Nigeria, the conspiracy of the elites. Why is this country a conspiracy of the elites? Is it only Nigeria that we have conspiracy among the elites? Who are the elites and who are not the elites? And this evening is going to be an interesting time. I'd like to share the program. Follow us on YouTube at Wale Agboola 24 and all our social media Wale Agboola 24. It's going to be a great time. Mr. Sheung, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
If we want to go by the way of definition this evening, I have some dictionary definition of elites this evening, and I want us to just go by that way so that we can have a clearer path and understanding. According to the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, elites are groups of persons who, by virtue of position or education, exercise much power or influence. They are usually regarded as the best of a class or the socially superior part of the society. Now, by this definition, who do you think in our nation, Nigeria, who are the ones that we can classify as the elites?
Yeah. It's good to be here once again.
Welcome.
In Nigeria context, I think I would share the elites into two. I think we have a corporate elite and political elite. Corporate elite are those ones that are moving our economy forward. The bank chaplains, the industry chaplains, those are the mover and shaker of the economy. And we have the political elite also, those very big men,
the traditional politicians.
Those are the elites. Like if I can mention a few of them, like Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, President Muhammadu Buhari, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. We have
in Lagos.
We have the Asiwaju himself, the Lagos himself, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Those are, just to mention a few, those are elites in their own.
All right. Do you agree with him?
Yes, I will agree with him. But my perspective the past, because I will say these elites, like he has rightly said, political elites, like in my view, we have academic elites,
Elites.
non-academic elites. There are some people, they are so intelligent and they never saw the four walls of a school,
Mm.
and they are very, very intelligent, and
Okay.
they know the right thing to do. So, and I will also call some people economic elite, like he said too. Those ones are the, in fact, you call them, I will call some people the brave elite, and I will call some people the ineptitude elites. They are professors by virtue of anything they are,
Mm.
but they have nothing to say to correct the anomalies in the society. So those are the
Do they have
ineptitude
something to
elites.
contribute to the society?
They are brilliant. They have a lot to contribute, but because of the fear of the unknown, they will not contribute anything to the society. So they will not correct the anomaly in the society. That's why I call them ineptitude elites.
Can
They
we
have the
see?
wherewithal, but they cannot
Uh,
render it.
Can we say that it could be conspiracy of silence?
Yes, Fela sang a song. He said, I think I cannot recall the album, but I can just sing the phrase. I know one that Papa did for house, Mama did for house. You know, most people, just as he said, those who he called into their life are the ones that are those.
Mm.
They cannot make corrections. They see, they can easily
They
tell,
know, they see what is wrong.
people around them, the junior colleagues are, they can say a lot of things, but they don't have the push. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
If you can, I think out of all, like Professor Wale Agboola, he was an academic elite, just as he pointed out. But while he was in school, he became a voice.
Mm.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
He was not. He did not fall along the line of those
Those are
professors or academicians. He was on the line of the ones that are fighting for the struggling of the country, and they them all the consequences of being going to jail and all of that. And I think we also have late Chief Gani Fahimi, who is also a very brilliant academic elite also. These ones were not silenced. But we cannot always have people of the same, at the same character, the same virtue. Our fingers are not equal. So also our character. Some people can talk, some people will keep short. But
okay. I have gone through my research during the week. I went through some things and I went back to the colonial era. I suspected a conspiracy right from that time. I have as early as 1898 when the British colonized us, when we are under the colonial masters. Now the Southern Protectorate colony and the Northern Protectorate colony, they came together in 1914. And there's something that I saw that really amazed me. The coming together was because the Northern Protectorate colony does not have much money, and the Southern.
Let me correct something there.
Yeah.
They did not come together.
Okay.
They were forced to harmonize.
Okay.
That was what is called amalgamation.
it was
they
a
were-
coercion.
It was a coercion. It was not
this
deliberate.
this will justify it, because he said then Lord Lugard was the commissioner in the Northern. He now said they brought them together so that the surplus in the south they can use to flow into to the north. But he made a statement here. He said this is what Lord Lugard referred in his infamous description of how a marriage between the rich wife of substance and the poor husband will lead to a happy life. Now, why will he say the poor northern protectorate are the husband and the rich southern protectorate is a wife? And from then, you discover that he actually became the high commissioner. He became in charge of the two protectorate. What do you think about it?
The thing is, as at that time that the British were coming in, Lagos and Calabar were the point of entry. So they saw that those places are very rich. Now, in their travel in exploring River Niger to the northern part of the nation, so they discovered that as much as the southern part has the natural resources, there is no human resources. The people in the southern part were so few compared to the people in the north. the northern part has always been controlling the population. That's just the truth.
Even up to now.
Yes. So because they do not have the knowledge of birth control, nothing concerns them about birth control. So that has been there. So they have that population power. So it was because of that population power, and these people believe that okay, if we harmonize this, the harmonization was not because of the interest of these two people that they are marrying together.
No.
Was it for the interest of the British?
Yes.
So that was why he was saying the rich husband and the
the
poor wife.
No, the rich wife
And the poor husband. Yes. So that does it. Now the poor husband is because they pitch their tent at the upper Niger. So they are there controlling the south. So that was a reason for the amalgamation. It wasn't, that was where the problem started from.
That's what I want to ask him now. Are you sure that's not where our problem started from in Nigeria? Because an average a northerner believe that theirs is the power. They want to believe that okay, this power is I may be wrong, but I want you to they believe this is
let me correct one notion first.
Okay.
Peradventure, a lot of people believe, some people used to say this narrative, they will say when the British were going, they left the government to the heart of the northern. But if we check the 1954 elections, we have UPN, Northern People Congress, MPN, we have Action Group, we have Nigeria Council of the and Northern Cameroons, which was headed by them. Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Action Group by Chief Obafemi Awolowo, and you have that of the MPN by led by Sir Ahmadu Bello. If you check the election that year, you noticed that there was a runoff. The first election, there were chances for coalition. Nobody could form government because the two-thirds of the house, whatever, was not formed neither by NPC or by Action Group or by NCNC. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
But the inability of Action Group and NCNC to form coalition with each other, are you getting me? Yeah. Led to what happened, because later on NPC, Northern People's Congress, formed a coalition with NCNC. Are you getting me? And they formed a government. But then I think there was I don't want to go far, but what happened was that issue was because the people that have the technical ability, if you check the processes of that election, checking from what Chief Obafemi had done in the Southwest, being the richest of all the region, being the highest paid of all the region, being the region that harmonized his own minimum wage among all of them, and all of them, none of them could do it. Even the NCSA did their own, and it could not even it could not survive it. While APC never even tried that at all because they knew they don't have the capacity, no resources, and there's no finance to do that. But having said all of this, in Chief Obafemi our memoir in Voice of Reason, he said that he went to meet Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe that they should form government, and he preferred him to stay away from politics for 5 years until then, if you can promise him then, until then he will form a government with him, because there has a vendetta in the 1951 election or thereabout, when there was this regional government premiership election, whereby Chief Awolowo got some members of NCS to join him in Action Group, like Chief Remi Fani-Kayode, Ladoke Akintola, they formed government, and Chief Azikiwe lost that election that year, which made Chief Obafemi Awolowo to be the premier of Western region. And I think what he did then was that it's not possible for the two tribes. The northern person will be having a northern person as a premier. The east will have Chief Michael Okpara as a premier, and you are still having Azikiwe as premier. So you are going to turn the Yoruba race to a second fiddle. So they felt they have to do something to leave. If the other person wants, he should go to the east and contest the election. Are you getting me? So the narrative that the white man left the position of authority to Assad is wrong. There was a space, but they did not take the advantage of that space and took advantage. No, he went to meet them
and they formed government, and they gave him the governor general instead of prime minister, not knowing that the power is in the constitution back the prime minister position other than the governor general. It was too late before they know, and after then things has been chaos and abnormalities up to present.
All right. I came across an article by Debo Onifade. It's the Nigerian Politics, the Conspiracy of the Elites. And Debo Onifade is the author of Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Winning Elections and Reviving Our Country, and the founder of Nigeria Politics Online Forum, Liberating Nigeria. Now, in his article, he said quite some things that actually interest me, and I want us to discuss it. He said Nigerian elites are usually not politicians. He said, and even when they hold high government offices or run for offices, they often prefer to be called technocrats rather than politicians.
I remember.
Technocrats.
Babatunde,
They prefer to be called technocrats. Now he said something. He said while many of them are content with foreign and local media accolades, international awards or donations, as well as social media celebrations or rants, some elites are vocal critics mainly to get government attention for appointments.
Of course, that financial.
What do you think about that?
Festus Keyamo. I will continue to mention their name because these are the truths. The moment they get to power, their view changed. I used to know Festus Keyamo as a liberator of the poor masses. Yes, he is a pure activist. So he's a member of the CDHR. And in fact, he was one time the president of the CDHR here in Nigeria. So activism is in his blood, right from his school days.
So what happened?
Those are those are the people we are expecting. We're looking up to that. These are the people that will liberate the youths, come what may. But a time came, fighting opposition was his belief, and he was doing very fine. He wasn't backward, even in his career as well. But I think he was bought over at a time because that's what politics do. That's how political elites.
Does that?
No, I think Festus Keyamo was not really bought over per se. Before Buhari's regime, he was giving he was the lawyer to EFCC, right?
Yeah,
he was one of their lawyers, and they were the one they felt they had that personage, and they gave them that job to prosecute the corrupt individuals. And later, when President Muhammadu Buhari came in, the first tenure, he gave him other appointment, strong appointment in EFCC. I think it was Buhari that took him into EFCC.
No,
first tenure.
Yes, no. It was Ebele Jonathan.
Jonathan. So I think being in EFCC and bringing him outside from there to give him a ministerial appointment, he was thinking they were really fighting that corruption. I think he was thinking. I'm sure now he will have seen that they are not doing anything concerning corruption.
He thought a government is coming on board.
I think that will happen. That was why when the issue of that 3-month salary, that below standard job that they were fighting himself and the National Assembly, is one of those things you said, the activism in him. By the end of the day, nothing comes out of it and nothing will happen. You can see that his senior minister, Chief Chris Ngige, ruled it over. Yes. And he came out another day and said the Minister of State position in Nigeria is useless as anything because he has discovered that power is not resided in that minister in that office. Are you getting me? He has seen it, and you could imagine if he is so. Now, there's no how he can be talking against the party he belongs, except he can tell us that he has integrity. The only thing he can do is to resign and leave that place.
Now, I want you to pause, and I will continue. Does that justify that conspiracy we are talking about? He knows the truth. He knows, and because he's in that party, he will not talk against the party he belongs. He decides to keep quiet. Or
I think it is bad to national interest.
It's bad to national
because
interest.
If you have been outside before, chastising people, reprimanding them, and you got there, no, you have failed with it. Those were the things I have a problem with President Muhammadu Buhari. I can recall all the period of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo regime. He is a voice against the government, strong voice against the government. But what are we seeing now? A Maina that did very well. There's one thing I like about Rashid Maina. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
He did very well from police pension up to that of the National Pension Board. But after I felt he thought Nigerians are corrupt. All this money I've kept. Somebody else come and take this money. So the evil thought came. He now decided to do what? To reloot the money. And this is the person that was looked for. You came in on board and Kerry or whosoever brought him back until people voiced out. You people now remove him from that position.
But sir, in like manner, there are some people that have been in that government and they refuse to be soiled. I remember Okoje Iweala.
Okay.
That woman.
Yeah, we never had any scandal from her.
She came.
Yeah,
she saw. She could no longer withstand such. She left.
Even our dear mommy, I will call her mommy of blessed memory, Chief Dora Akunyili. She brought sanity to our drug administration. Even Ribadu.
Yes, Ribadu. These are people that have done it. They saw it and they left.
They did well.
Now, let me call your attention to some before we go on break. In the article of Debo, he said the current federal government, including the Minister of Health, Osage Inaire, he said, who told the House of Assembly that he was not aware that Nigerian doctors hazard
are not being paid.
Now, is that possible?
Because he's not thorough with his job, it's possible.
It's possible.
If you are given a position,
he is actually not in
Minister
position
of Health.
Yes. He's actually not in position. I will tell you the truth, because this is the same minister that Chinese Chinese experts came into the nation and he did not know their whereabouts. He was the one who went to bring them from the airport, who attended to them. And after that, he did not know their whereabouts.
They told us then, when the Nigerian doctors were fighting, they said these doctors are being given to them by CECC,
yes,
Chinese engineers, as experts.
To come
but
and
after when they came in, we found out these people are not even doctors. They were technocrats. They are factory workers. And look at this kind of, he cannot even do a thorough job. And this is a man, I'm sure, when he was like us, as we are shouting like this, you will be thinking that when he get there, he can do better. But now look at where Fashalatu said, talk, and nothing is being done.
So those are the class of the ineptitude elites. He only found himself in politics.
You see,
opportunists.
He does not even know they are not paying them hazard, and he's trying to even cover for it.
The words
are dangerous men.
The words of the former emir of Kano, Lamido Sanusi. He said until he became the emir of Kano, that he came close to the people, he could not know then he understand poverty than he did while he lived in Lagos and Abuja.
Of course, it's possible.
This is the way these people reason.
Yeah, because
they don't even know.
Someone like me now, if you give me 200,000 naira, you give me big money. But to them, 200,000 money they can spend in 5 minutes every 5 minutes. So when you say you don't have 1,000 to eat, you cannot imagine. It's not their fault.
Is it possible?
I once had a stint with an ex-Senate president in Nigeria. Before he was still a senator, not even a Senate president.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling him that it is possible for people not to eat, for people to eat once a day. He said it's not possible. That how would you tell me that Nigerians cannot afford 3 square meals? It's not possible. That has never happened. It can never happen. It's not possible for a Nigerian not to eat. No, there's so much money in this country for them not to eat. And there is poverty even in his own land.
Yes.
Kwara State.
You can even see, just as he said, look at Minister of Humanitarian, Sadia Farouk. Since she came in there, I've always had a problem with her. I'm telling you, I've ever had a problem with her ministry. Let me not say, but fine, maybe she, like all of those disbursements, I saw some social media saying, hardly any Nigerian without getting palliative, that COVID-19 fund.
Yes.
She said, hardly as anyone not having it. I've not gotten it, and I don't think anybody.
NDDC shared billions, and I did not receive.
No, are you from NDDC?
I'm an Ondo.
Yeah, okay. So you see, she might really disburse the money, but the people they put there embezzle the money, and she might even be seeing them as angel, thinking they are doing it right. And that's why she said that.
We have to go on break now. After the break, when we come back from break, we are going to discuss the exchange of words between Zay Yamun, Osiomole, and the September election. We are going on break now. Thank you.
GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. A It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact will build the nation's pride. GSG Impact will build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact will build the nation's pride.
You're welcome back. Welcome to Let's Discuss It. This is a social interactive program that we discuss and the national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. In case you are just joining us, we are discussing the nation Nigeria, the conspiracy of the elites, and it has been interesting since we started. No, before we went on break, you actually saying something about the minister of
Minister of Humanitarian. When people are not thorough with their job, these are the kind of things you see.
Is it possible? Is it possible? Because who will she hold accountable?
Dora of Blessed Memory was thorough with her job. Yeah. She helped people respond. She gave them duty and she made sure they were doing their job. When Minister of FCT, Nasir El-Rufai was in Abuja, he followed the tooth and nail. He made sure people. And when Raji Fashola was governor of Lagos, said the same thing. So it depends on how.
Is it because
I felt she was, that position was bigger for her. I do not think she has ever worked anywhere that she has been given half of that challenge, and that's why she's not doing it well.
I'm not sure she's the only minister that has that challenge in this present government. Can you say is this present administration that is not actually?
Yeah, because they were substituting competency for party and tribal bigotry and all of its kinds. They were not bringing in people with competency to come and work with them. So I think that is a challenge.
I want us to go into the exchange of words between Ize-Iyamu Oshiomhole in 2016, and I came across an article, a letter written to the president by Edo APC leaders on Vanguard on May 15, 2020. By Gabriel, this was published by Gabriel Lawale. Now the leaders, some people actually wrote to the president that Ize-Iyamu is not qualified. The former APC chairman had actually assassinated because that was his character, and from what he has said. But I'm surprised they put up something in the press and they said the leaders of all Progressive Congress in Edo State have described as normal. I want to repeat, as described as normal, the fierce exchange of words between the national chairman of the party, Comrade Adam Oshiomhole, and Pastor Ozage Ize-Iyamu in 2016, when both men were on different political sides in the build up to the election. Now, if they say it is normal, and those words were, I'm sure you can remember one or two. Well, those words are not
the cultist, he's a murderer,
those words
was rusticated from the university. All these are the allegations.
He's a liar.
He's a liar. He's not a man of God. So shouldn't call him a man.
Now these are elders from Edo State saying that those words are normal.
Of recent, the same person net down for the elders of Edo State. So I want to see if the elders are actually the people are actually elders. So if they have a head, and that their head is the same head they were carrying since 2016 till now. So if it is the same head they were carrying since 2016 till now, I guess they should use the head rightly.
No, maybe they will have forgiving spirit because actually apologized and they marketed the wrong person.
The problem is not the individual. The problem is still the party. The two strongholds we have in Nigeria is two sides of a coin.
Of course.
Two sides of a coin.
Yeah,
if it is, look, the same thing happened in Kogi State.
Yes.
The smart Adeyemi, we know that is not smart. The dull smart, that is not smart. I remember vividly. I used to ply Kogi roads as a then. He did nothing for them.
Up to now, nothing. He is from Iju.
Nothing for them.
The place
now, he came back because he is now in the party that is leading in the states. they joined the wagon again.
And I'm
Just
sure before the
because-
2015 election,
Yes,
he was
just because
saying
of
a lot of
just because of
gibberish
federal minds.
against APC.
The same man that lost out in the election won on the same platform. So it's about party, not about individual. So our nation does not believe in individual. That's my problem.
So what's the hope of the masses if all these games and dramas are going on?
The masses should wisen up.
that's
Because if you can see this character assassination you just spoken about, we witnessed it during the Obasanjo article.
it's normal. It's a normal thing. It's part of the game.
Article, over 11 court cases, and thank God he won.
So, you remember those are injuries in football.
So that's
the only injury.
I haven't calling article, to some people now, they'll say article is in the last election, this article is this, article is a thief, is a rogue. I said, he's a rogue. And I said, okay, he was a vice president, right? And he's a rogue. Does he have any constitutional power to do some things to
Outside the president?
Outside president? I said, and you are taking for a goal. Obasanjo said so. They did not sit as Obasanjo said so. And I said, okay, is Osibajo a rogue? So it's not a rogue. I said, because Buhari has not said so. If he had said so, that means the way you follow him, you will have told that line. But now, today, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, in his bedroom, he even wrote the speech for Alhaji Abubakar Atiku. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
He now raised his hand up. But they have forgotten that he called him a thief. And that is what I tell people. I say, it's just a personal vendetta between the both of them. You don't take such words serious.
Recent, I read an article that said Tinubu said his own food, his own joy, is insults from the populace, from the public. Because the more you insult him, the more popular he becomes.
Of course, if you want,
So
it's a normal
such words, things like that are now actually the new normal. Just the,
Yes.
the new-
Yes, it's a norm. When you are, if you want to, let me give you an into what you just said. If you watch the election between 2003, after Buhari, Obasanjo, you see that the dailies, the national dailies, did not carry that report more than 3 days. Because they are not reporting it. What happened? People forget them. The only place we see is when they go to court to go and fight the tribunal. You don't hear it on newspaper. I think it is intentional. They don't really want the man as at that time. Because they believe in all those 1984, all of those things he did, that they told us. That he was incompetent, that his regime is economically tight, that we are witnessing again in 2015 up to 2020. So because of what they saw then, they refused. But Adibin, they were talking about it, which Femi Adesina was always reporting alone in the Sun newspaper. That was what earned him
that position.
that position. I get. They don't talk about it. So if people are talking about you, shouting about you, calling your name, insulting, the more popular you got. But if they kept mute, you are finished.
All right, I have a position and I want us to talk about it. And my position is we have just two parties in Nigeria. We have two religions in Nigeria. We have two tribes in Nigeria. And the two parties are... No, that's my own position now. We have the elites and the masses.
Of course, sir. That's the truth.
We have the elites and the masses. Well, we have two political parties we have in Nigeria is the elites and the masses. Two religions we have in Nigeria is the elites and the masses.
Yes.
Two tribes we have in Nigeria are the elites and the masses. But unfortunately, when the elites want to achieve their goal and their vision, they use the ignorance or take advantage of the ignorance of the masses to achieve their goal. Now, these people will be uttering words that are actually normal, but to them they are not enemies. But to the masses, you discover that they pick it up on the grassroots level and they begin to kill themselves. Just last Saturday, the masses, let me call them the masses, they sustained injuries, bullet injuries,
just because of Eze Yamo and Obaseki.
because of the elites. What do you think about that?
Sir, that's just a game on. And in a game of chess, the pawns sustain the injuries. While the officers are safe distance.
So the masses are the pawns.
The masses are the pawns.
There's what
and if you
military.
choose to be a pawn, you are a pawn.
Soldiers that
their
are
choice.
recruit, they call them spanners.
Yes.
When a soldier died, a fellow soldier will ask, is he an officer or a spanner? The spanners are the recruiter.
Spanners.
Spanner, they call them spanners. Screwdriver, spanners. The recruits are spanners. Officer is from captain, major, those on their officer.
So
any other
that's a problem with us here. Now, look at it this way: the people that you are fighting for, I am concerned about the youth of this country.
Exactly.
Many of us are very vast. Many of us can read anything. Many of us have the integrity. Many of us, but because of the things we take, many you take a lot of substances that have turned their reasoning capacity upside down.
Now,
sorry. at a mere purchase of a bottle of beer, they forget everything they needed to say. Maybe I want to say it's the African sham or what, that you have to rally around a particular godfather. So that's what is bothering my mind all the time. What can we actually do to bring back these youths to their senses? That even if you take these things, as much as Fela take his things, Fela was against the people that are against the masses. He's still very much with his senses. But the ones we have these days, they're just backward in reasoning.
Do we let me go to Mr. Shem now. Do the masses actually know that they are masses, or do they know that there are some people that are elites? I think
they know. The problem is that our value system has gone bad. It has deteriorated. So to the, I don't know what adjective to use in qualifying it. It's a value system problem, because if you are talking about people are not educated, what about the educated ones that are still
shouting? Our fighting now is on social media.
The election in Edo is between Yamu and all of those guys you saw. They went to school. At least they have school start. Some of them are university.
You'll be surprised that some are graduates.
So are you now saying they are not educated?
Yeah.
So it is because of value system problem. They everybody shout, as we are talking, like some people will be like, forget those ones, when they give them money now, they will toe the line of government. That is, once people see you and you are talking against the abnormalities of government, they will say, Koti de Ben. To buy the full, so no match the same.
Is it actually the key?
It's a value system problem.
Actually the key.
We don't believe in what's that word? Excellence. We don't believe in excellence. Any of our person that we see that is doing all of these things, people will say, he's looking for his own. That is the way we are. That is our norms. That is our values. That is the way we now find ourselves in 20. Are we in 21st century?
Yes.
In 21st century. Again, that is, we need to work on the values from school, from the home itself, whereby parents begin to teach their children. Look at some people, their children are doing internet fraud, and they buy car for their mom and dad. They collect this, build house.
Some parents.
So if such parent, let's say they don't even have children like that. I get me, and they find their child as a senator, and they see that he's stealing money and they will not talk. So these are the kind of problem we're having. But if we begin to have people that that tell their children how to live a life of integrity, you would not. There is one thing you right to say those days that we have, that our values are not so destroyed. They say, Akimboruko, I have forgotten how to put the ad. We always look. We cannot spoil our family name. The name is important than whatever. Something like that. I'm not too good in good name. Yoruba. I think I wanted to say then it eluded my brain as the time I want to talk. So you see, these are the problems we are having.
Now, how can we move forward from here? How can we solve this problem? Because actually, these people that are ignorant are the ones.
Two things. First, we must understand that APC and PDP are the same people.
They are. Let's say okay.
They are not the same people. Why are you having smart in PDP before? Now you're having APC. Do you know in APC PDP, and you have the same thing in. I would told you that you see former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from APC to PDP to and they fall in love. Dogara just came back to APC. So I don't understand why these people will begin to.
Now, what happened to their followers? They'll still follow them.
They will follow them. Jack Obinya was following Obaseki. He put Buhari. Jack Obinya. The moment his boss left, he deleted Buhari. These are the kind of people. They went to school, they're educated. They are concerned about their pockets.
Yes.
All right.
It's all about pocket. It's all about having my own share to have a house in Banana, in choice areas in Abuja, in choice areas in Dubai. That's all of these things, that's what it's all about.
If you are just joining us, let's discuss it. where we address critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. And today we are discussing in nation Nigeria, the conspiracy of the Elites. And up to this point, we have discovered that I believe you agree with me that we have just two political parties in Nigeria, the Elites and the masses. And we have two religions in Nigeria, the Elites and the masses. You know, I imagine the bishop of a known church should meet a well-known bishop meets the Sultan of Sokoto. You know, they will greet each other, they will relate well because they are masses, they are Elites. But you see a born again somewhere in a small church,
yes,
and one
and a Muslim brother.
They will not greet each other.
Yes.
No, this program this evening is to let you know that you either belong to the Elites or you are masses. And listen, all these political parties, they are one. And all you that you are not in the political party, you are one. And all the youths, I'm speaking to the successor generation now, the generation that will take over from me. Do you know why our fathers are still telling us we are leaders of tomorrow, even when we are in tomorrow? It's because you are still taking after what they are doing. And that's what they are discussing this evening. So, Mr. Bolaji, I want us to let's speak to the people. How do the masses liberate themselves? How will they come out of this
I want to borrow from the word of Mahatma Gandhi. He said, if you are sitting on the fence, even in the face of injustice, you are part of the injustice.
Of justice. Condemnation is part of it.
So you cannot sit on the fence. It's either you belong to the elites or you belong to those of us that are the masses.
Yes.
Now, the masses is this. Be ready. The masses, the thinking of the masses is my concern. Maybe because even the ones we are having that we should be looking up to, that should make themselves a figure that can be looked up to, the likes of Barrister Femi Falana, this our own young comrade that should be very active. The way he came about it, that's sure. The way he came about it was his quest for power is too sudden. Now you are clamoring for revolution. You don't clamor for power first. Change the mindset of the people first. Be ready
Revolution
to do
from the man.
yes. Be ready to do your assignment at least for the next 16 years. Be ready for it before you clamor for power. His sudden clamor for power was what incarcerated him. Was the problem he's still having with the masses because we can no longer confide or trust him what the power is looking for. If suddenly you get there, like if you jump up, you come down. But if you grow up, you remain up. So he was not growing up, he was jumping up.
The masses should grow up.
The masses should grow up.
We should all become elites.
Yes.
We need someone to make us grow up. Now, these are the people I'm pointing to that they should please come out, be ready to face it. I was thinking that Festus Keyamo, in his days as an activist, will be ready to make us grow up. But no, he deviated.
But do you know, Comrade Adam Osomole started like that?
He was an LSC person, Nigeria Labour Congress.
He was actually
he took the opportunity to.
He was called
Even from the days of NLC, I will say it categorically. Adam Osomole has always been a betrayer. Go and look at the people the NLC is stood for. Always compromise.
They will compromise. It's not it's a resolution issue. If you have done some of these courses on conflict resolution, management, and all of this, every time it's not war.
Yes.
You must come to the middle. The fuel was increased to 145. They reduced it to 125. You have to. You cannot say even the people that will you think you are doing it for, they will get that. They begin to insult
I actually raised that.
They will begin to insult you. I will tell them to sit at. You don't sit at. They open their shop. So you must do it you must always know the right time to so
now
that is why.
The people
but I think having said all of what we'll be saying since, we have a lot of work to do. All the political parties. Look at Shore, as he said, he came. He want to work. He want to earn. Rashid made our work. He stole. He worked. He want to earn. He did very well. The guy did very well. But he looked back, this money is much. I cannot leave it.
Don't let me just keep it for tips.
One Nigeria will call. Let me cook from my sweat. All of them want to eat from their sweat immediately, not leaving a legacy behind. There was about Macaulay. They fought. They handed over to someone like Nnamdi Azikiwe. They never gained anything. Like that, you know. Chief Obafemi, as he contested, he never became the president. But they did a lot of jobs. I expect all those other smaller parties. It's not compulsory for you to win Lagos State. Look at PDP, for example. They always go to sleep. 6 months to the election, they will come out.
They'll wake up.
No, you cannot win like that. For a party like APC that have had structure that's so firm, that is why all of these abdomen they are doing anyhow. Because why? People have left them to be enjoying that privileges. Yes. All they should do, be you COA, be you National Congress, be you AD. If it's Salim Osho, pick from there. Get a chairman. If it's Kosofe, COA, get something there. If you go to India, this is how they were winning the elections in India. Over 250 parties, 150 parties, everybody will win one place. You don't have to. Then when they are coming for governorship, we will now form coalition. Are you getting me? We'll form coalition with a party, then win the top. Now, over time, what are you doing? You are building your momentum. PDP, if out of 57 LCDAs, both local government and stuff, let's say they can even hijack for themselves 10 this next coming election. No wala. Other 4 years is coming. If you do very well, you don't need to reach. If you do very well, people will vote for you. From 10, you can win 30. From 30, you can win the state.
But the challenge is,
but they don't. They want people. Movejadi, I want to come out. I must be governor.
How many people are actually coming out?
The truth is, like,
sorry, before you respond to that, I saw a post this evening just before we started the program. It said, someone said, if you want to change Nigeria, or you have to change Nigeria, you must first relocate, because Nigeria have a way of programming you. You just discover.
Relocate to where?
You must first relocate outside Nigeria.
All of these people that are doing this thing. See, Saraki school abroad. I'm
coming. Let me finish. Because the system of Nigeria have a way of programming you. You discover at the end of the day, you that want to bring out about a change, you discover that
you are already changed.
You are changed.
The world is a global village now.
So
we saw modern trains on TV, on our YouTube, and all of this. We have seen modern ice cream excellent houses. I can say I want this thing to be done. It will be done if I have the right people with me.
But the right people, the people that say they are right are always coming on board. But what is happening?
They don't pick competent people. These guys most of these guys are bringing.
Do you want to say the former governor of Lagos State is not competent?
For what he has done in Lagos State, I cannot say he's not competent. He's competent.
He's competent. So yes. What happened there?
They gave him 3 ministries. I could not perform excellently because the ministry was so big for him. I think so. But if you check his road construction, he has done his best.
Mr. Apalaji.
So the truth about His Excellency Governor Babajide Raji Fashola, I want to say he's an excellent man. He did very, very well. He did brilliantly well, laying a template for Lagos State, because he followed with the plan he met on ground, and he executed it to the latter. So he did excellently well. He related both with the party, the masses, and the community. Yeah. So the problem I have now is that the masses have eroded their values. They have sold themselves naturally to the hands.
Sold themselves.
Yes, naturally to the hand for a pot of porridge. So even if it's a sum that is worth it, you say
it is intentional.
It's better.
The elite made it so. It's a conspiracy.
I want it's a conspiracy.
Yes, because if people are well fed, if all of us that have gone to school are doing this standard job, living job, whereby we are okay, we can begin to think that we are not going to vote for social person, we are not going to vote for. We begin to ask for our right. But when hunger finishes us, when serious hunger touches us,
you go for what is
when
available.
We fight and they show you that small word, you begin to think house rent, hospital bills.
That's the truth, though, because
before you know it, you just say, you now use a Yoruba parlance and say, Akosapo, Lanko, meaning you don't reject money, or you collect it first and put it on. The one that you collected is your own gain.
So
now.
It's actually the elites.
The more they impoverish us, the harder it will become for us to grow. I'm telling you. And that
because
is why
they made us desperate.
Because if you check why most of the Western states and things were better those days of Chief Obafemi. What he did was liberating our mind. Because if the people are not learned, like those in the north then, are you getting me?
Yeah.
They cannot question the government. Anything the government say, they will allow it. They will use religion to
Mr.
hold them.
I have to cut it there. We have to go on break right now. If you are just joining us, we are going on break. This is Let's Discuss It. I will come back very soon. Thank you.
GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG Impact, we build the nation's pride.
Welcome back. You're welcome to Let's Discuss It. This is a social interactive program. We address critical issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development. And today, so far, we have been discussing on the nation Nigeria, the conspiracy of the elites. And before we went on break, we actually nailed the conspiracy that of the elites. The elites intentionally, if I'm correct, Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
the elite, Mr. Bolaji, the elite intentionally program the masses the way they are so that they can achieve their goal.
Of the truth.
So, and you mentioned that late Chief Obafemi Awolow's ideal was to liberate the mind.
Yes, of his own
But these
people.
people are actually, the elites are actually caging their
Now, if you check today's world, our Nigeria education system, you'll find so many schools in Ogun State. You know, out of all the private universities, Ogun State has the largest, or let me say the highest, rather. Now, to what end is all of these private universities? To what end? These are the guys that they enjoyed every bit, the best of the best. When of schooling, they never wash their clothes, as we heard, or they told us themselves. Some of them are parents.
Our parents, yeah.
They just took their clothes to laundry, they wash it. They're always doing party. I can't remember I went to party during school days. No food now. It's read, and you be praying. These guys enjoyed all their life. They party. They have the best of their career. From there, some of them have scholarship. They travel out. They married white women. Are you getting me? Yeah. All of these things is being eroded. And these are the same people that are punishing us. Those days, I remember, I saw it. There's one thing that I used to fly up and down. Maybe 5 kobo, maybe 5 naira. One person told me that when they were in Ibu Zaria, even when they were in Ife, one full chicken is for 2 students. I'm not sure the Nigeria student ate that from 1980 up to today. One full chicken for university students. Now it became 3. That was when you had that Ali must go crisis. It became 3. They were not paying 50 kobo. Even as at that, they go to the cafeteria in the morning for your breakfast. You can drink Milo or Ovaltine with milk. But this bongo tea down is any time of the day. All of this privilege, they had it. But these same people cannot give us half. Chini, they cannot give us.
But they intentionally make this.
Yes.
They wreck the university system and they begin. Where did they have money to build all those that own? They stole the money.
The truth is, they made us hungry, so much hungry, so that we will need their help. Because we are hungry, that's the more reason why we will need them. So, and when you see that this person is hungry, and you know, a hungry man is he's a hungry man.
He's a choiceless man.
Carrying those hunger to their abode, they just say, come. What's the problem? What's the problem? You are hungry. Okay, I know. I'll sort your problem now. They give you maybe a paltry sum. And that way we look at, this money is big.
And there's an idea that say you don't beat the hand that
feeds you. So this money is big. So the way it looks at, this is big. he runs back home.
Another they cannot shut.
Now, the greed in him will not make him tell his other people that they are both hungry. That I have actually gone to so place to collect my rights. So you two go there and collect yours. He won't. He will just shut up. He wants to be the boss now. At that time, anyone that say is hungry, he will call. You are hungry. Okay, don't worry. He will give you. Take. You go to another place and say, okay, you are hungry. Take. Okay, you are hungry. Take. So he now become a subservient boss now on his own. So you will not be saying, Oga, the money you gave me that day,
I've shared it.
I have shared it to people that are hungry like me. So they won't come out, so that they won't come and make trouble at your abode.
And that will be
so,
happy.
but yes, that will not be happy. Yes, that's you are a good servant.
You know, sometimes I wonder when they come from when election is coming and the campaign is going, they come year in, year out to come and give us the same campaign promises.
I will do road, I will do electricity. For what now?
Now, Nigerian electorate, I can tell you, if you dress in an appealing way, that the guy just like the way you look, the way you put your cap, the way Mr. Joshua kept his cap on his head, and this design, you just decide I'm voting for him. The way the guy speak big English, you just decide. They vote on any form of intuition. Are you getting me? Not from person they've tested or they've known before. Is dressing appearances can even won him a vote.
1 minute, Mr. Shehu.
So shallow.
I want to say, if you are watching right now, I want to say this categorically, that you need to understand this. I want to repeat it, that we have just two political parties in Nigeria. We have the elites and we have the masses. And also we have two religions in Nigeria. We have the elites and the masses. We have two tribes, only two tribes in Nigeria. We have the elites and the masses. You just have to understand this. Listen, the person that person that you think is not from your tribe, you know, you belong to the same category. He's your brother. You know, these people that we are elites, they are people that have opportunity, they have influence, education, and position to influence people. And according to the discussion this evening, they have intentionally programmed the masses the way they are. And you have a choice to liberate yourself from this kind of programming. You are better than who they say you are. Listen, it's not enough for somebody to go. You know, imagine, sometimes I imagine, we should not even, when we expect too much from the government, they tend to take advantage of us.
Yes.
When we expect too much from them.
Yes. That's why their campaign is not always issue based. It's always on the constructional base. No, we don't need anything you want to construct.
For all the campaign,
issues
APC and PDP, were they campaigning of what they would do? Is it not about insulting themselves? And the people are still vote for PDP,
vote for APC.
They are not even telling you what they will do.
None of them will say it. They can't, because they are not going to do anything. Will Trump today come and be telling Americans that I will construct 150-kilometer roads? It's not possible, because there is a system that is
running already,
constructing roads.
And they are not building these systems here.
Yes.
Intentionally, because they have been there.
Yes.
They have been to all these
a government will be telling you, like a government in one state said he paid 155,000 students scholarship.
As if it's
the government be telling us he's paying scholarship for what?
Such a person
in a state where you increase school fees from 50,000 to 250,000.
All right, Mr. Bolaji, you have to go now. Today, I want to leave you with this. We're going to round off with this. Please, we have, just I was saying earlier, if you belong to the masses, you have an opportunity now to liberate yourself. And the liberation begins from the mind, just like it is written. He said, you shall be to the renewing of your mind. You understand? So let's start renewing our mind from what they have. Is it bewitchment? Because it's actually the conspiracy of the elites to bewitch us, to tell you that you are one of the masses. Listen, you can be better than them.
Of course.
And that's the essence of this program.
Of course.
I want to appreciate you. Thank you for watching this program. Thank you for coming, Mr. Shehu. Thank you for coming, Mr. Bolaji. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us. You can also follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube, Wale Agboola 24, and all our social media on Periscope, on Facebook, Wale Agboola 24. You can follow us every Friday, 6 p.m. for this program. Let's discuss it. I want to say before I go, take responsibility of yourself and be responsible. Achieve success. See you next time.
GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and international issues that affect every aspect of human, social, and spiritual development, politics, governance, economy, and belief. Powered by GSG. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. GSG Impact. We build the nation's pride. It's discussion time. Let's discuss critical national and